Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your Abundance and Prosperity reading with me, Melissa Joy. So we're going to jump on in this thing and see what we have got going on, but we have a master deck, master cards going on up on the top. And we have Remiel, the Angel of Visions. This is taking over for the Angel of Time, turning back the hands of time. So now it's time to move forward. And along with it, we have the Chiron card of liberation, calling you to free yourself. Free yourself from this illusion, from the past illusion, and they're talking about dissolution. So dissolving those things that have clouded your mind's eye. They're wanting that out of the way because we had Jupiter in here and that expansion coming on, but now we have action. So this is the contraction. This is the Capricornian, Saturnian energy of a plan. And the plan here, friend, is gratitude. Now it's coming in with a strong Piscean energy, see, of the holding your own hand, walking yourself through this, taking it a step at a time. And this isn't false gratitude. It's like doing things in your life that bring yourself appreciation. Like for me, it's a hot cup of tea in the morning. It can be going to sun gaze and watch the sunrise. It's also listening to some fun music or getting out for a bike ride or a walk or the fresh air or the wind in my hair. It's many of those things because those little things begin to fire off a system in your body that sends out the furthest signal. Although it seems small, it is like a laser beam and it shoots so far through all the clouds, through all the clout, through all the external influence straight to your receiver, to yourself. You call it your future self, your higher self, your whole self is what's coming on in here. So we have this old trash sitting on the board of the way things have been. There was karmic resolution trying to come in. And that's why this is the undergirding, like the placemat, because we're going to do the energy exchange on top of it, bringing you into these sessions that bring you life, your style, your personality. I'm not here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you the energy that's going on, okay? So we have these old karmic things, ancient lines that you wouldn't even be able to define or point a finger at. So it's way past mama daddy issues. It's coming from systems and things like that. We've been in an earthen era for 400 years, and that has had things locked down to where money is what matters over the intellect, over the intention, over the insight, the vision, that sort of thing. But now we're going to move forward, and I love it because money is popping out of the walls, out of the woodwork. Maybe some of you are Hungarian or Polish, and this is not an insult, but I had a Hungarian great uncle, and they talked about that when the people came over to this country, they often would tear a hole in the wall where they lived, stash their cash, and then close it, seal it totally back up. They said you often knew because they would have plum trees in the backyard. That doesn't mean go tearing your walls down. It just means it's going to come forward. Money's going to come out of the woodwork to come find you. I love that. So that's going to push these swords out where you have been cut off from your true nature, your true lineage of knowing who you are so that you can proceed forward in an authentic way that is satisfying, intriguing, and fulfilling. Okay, so no more of this disappointment and this double vision because you're seeing with the eye of normalcy and the eye of your natural. We're going to restore both eyes into the natural, all right? We're in the 5 and the 6, so we're moving from the place where it's been holding out, the tipping point, into absolution. Ooh, I like that. The chariots over here going... They're like, get a card, get the soul card here for Gemini. So let's do that. At the bottom, we have phenomenon. Be still and listen to the spirits. Many of you, if your hair's been standing on end, it is people have spoken over you. That was some generational curses that are going by the wayside. And they were ones that were disguised as compliments. And I'm not talking backhanded compliments. I'm talking like to your face compliments. And they're getting you all like, oh, wow, trusting. Meanwhile, they're underneath. Pretend I'm going under the table here. They're underneath, filching you out, taking your bank account. It's like in the old movies when they used to keep somebody on the telephone line so they could track them. They keep you on the line of attention so that they can distract you. And while they're distracting you, they're touching into those energy fields, plugging in and filching off of your natural connection. So that's where we get into these quiet little things that bring gratitude, bring true pleasure and balance into who you are. It's foundational. All right, we're going to leave them there because apparently 2 jumped out while I was moving these tulips. We have oblivion, open your arms, and resilience, burning away the past. So What is wild here is to my eyes, this showed up as resistance. Resistance to opening your arms. It's like fatigue and exhaustion, but this is more a fatigue of the heart and the mind of like, I know how this goes. I know how this goes, but that's like blocking your trust. It's like a bad spark plug or a carburetor that's not working. You could have a fully functioning car except for that one thing, and it's clogged and it's congesting and it's keeping the motivation from coming. So it's a demotivator. And that, you know, friends, you notch that down and that becomes demote. So being demoted is having your title removed, having your authority removed, having your adulting removed, okay? And that's being a child and being subject. And that is kind of a form of slavery. Like, you could have all the rights and things, but you can't have it until you come of age. So these falsehoods coming in here is what this chariot is wanting to smash on out. All right, so let's get you a little bit of some nature, since we're wanting the two nature eyes to come on in to be your whole natural self. King of Wands and the Devil. Ooh, it is a face-off. You're like, whose power is predominating? And what I'm saying is, it's all of you. The Devil can be that mindset and letting other things play on your mind. And that's been making it hard. Going against yourself, putting conditions on yourself. Like, when I am treated this way or get this and that, then I'll have such and so. But that's why they're talking about these little things. And many of these little things are free or cost cents on the dollar. And they're within your grasp and within your reach and can be applied on a daily basis, a weekly basis. So there's nothing holding out on you there. Okay, we clearing that Devil's my, I see you. And I'm a Capricorn sun, so I can do that. And in comes the Magician, not the condition. Can you see all these wands having been squelched out by water, by reasons, by excuses, by those conditions, by this flaccid resistance of like, this is malaise and blasé. And some of that has been that Plutonian energy sitting in Capricorn, like, why try? Why try? I see how this goes, so I'm going to conserve and wait till there's something that looks highly promising. But this is the promise to yourself, to fill your cup and to get in touch with your motivation, that condition, okay? That's the attitude of gratitude, the thing that gets you going, and that bursts and blows away the clouds, and it begins to cut on the heart chamber and the heart pump. Get your heart going, boom, boom. All right. Oh, going in order, friend. We bring in the High Priestess. Look at that. Into your natural right to rest and to relax, to be connected like on a daily basis instead of going into full hermit mode. You go into the traditional shutdown mode, the sleep mode, the power mode, like our phones do, like we do. It's your natural recharge. And see what occurred during the day will come to light by night. And it's not like this efforting, this exerting, this physical-ing, showing, demonstrating, proving, all right? That's what's going on over here. That proving, okay, trying to be what you think the world wants from you is what leads to this malaise. And that's the trick of Pluto. It's what gets you to dump your kidneys so that there is nothing left. So that when reflecting time comes, it looks a lot like this. Can you see what I mean? Second guessing, double-minded, doubt, wondering who's going to be at the advantage, having some being ready to be on the defense or on the offense, you know, and so it's making you have to weigh your decisions and feel like, oh, which is the better one? You see what I'm saying? It hides in plain sight, friend, and that leads to this disappointment, even with this golden earth totally under your feet, ready to come in. So hopefully this is sparking up some intellect into this space and getting you to clear your throat of that old, nasty, buggery moon mind. That is not the High Priestess nor the Pisces energy we want coming in here. Sorry, there's a checking on the force out there. We've had people coming to attack me and my son, so I'm just keeping a little eye out, friend. And maybe that's you, as your nervous system is a little bit hyper going on, but that's that old moon coming in. That blue moon has to do with a bit of a spell that came in. So we're talking June, July, August, September, October of 2020. Now, don't like rub sticks together and try and start a fire figuring out how this all came about, all right? You and yourself and your gut sort of knew. And so what you can do is just discharge that. How do you discharge it? Look at that wand, that saber, that scepter. Where are you, Magician? of Remiel coming in. The power is in your hands. And this, see how small it is? But this, friend, is equivalent to the power of a full star. Your full star, your full idea of yourself overcomes anyone else's idea, any of this other trash we've had going on here, so that it keeps you, ooh, you turn that around, so that it keeps you out of this, all right? Now you're talking about some things feeling provoked. So let's find out about that being provoked and clear that out. But it's talking about further back than you know, there are those who love you. Three of Wands in the Sun, and it's being restored to you. So some of this is going to come in your dreamscape, in your meditation. And meditation doesn't have to look like this. No, there is power when the palms of our hands touch. It's like both connectors being on the battery, and it helps the machine, the engine, the cognition to run, and the recognition. So that's what we do with this like lunar time. That's when we stay in the whole moon, so that we don't get in this moon mindedness where things could be coming out to try and tell us what all's against us, and having to work hard at trying to solve things. You're not a problem, 1111. You are a solution by nature. So just by taking that rest as opposed to that stress is what brings in this recognition. And then you're under the power of the golden moon. This is like the star, the moon, and the sun all working together, that triangulate that allows like the golden self to come in. It is the first number of stability. All right, therefore accountability. So being accountable to yourself and not having to answer to other people. If you find yourself having to explain yourself, you are actually draining yourself. So cut the shiz diz on that, friend, because if you're surrounded by people you haven't explained to, either you've conditioned yourself to do that because of like these guttural feelings that you were having, and that's what these little things do, is they begin to calm that part of the nervous system to keep you in the center of who you are, so that other forces don't begin to disturb you and condition you to believe you have to respond that way. Now, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about raw energy, okay? And so that way you don't have to put your mindset on that. It can end up in people, and I'm not saying it doesn't, but this is how we get you back into yourself. This is how we get rid of the flies, and you can start to soar. Well, I like that, Gemini.
That was easy.
Yes, and that is your nature. You got all sorts of signs, bells and whistles going off. I am excited for you. And if you are excited for you, click that like, share, and subscribe down there. Smash it, touch it, tap it, tickle it, whatever you need. But rise this channel up to the top. It takes us up to where everyone else can find out these messages as well. Making our world a better place makes it lighter on us all. You could also leave your comments or compliments down below, an emoji, a smiley face, a little simple word of encouragement to yourself or someone else. I would appreciate knowing who's on the other side of this camera. But also know you're the whole zodiac, so you can check out any of these reads. Follow the title and trust your soul and your spirit, for none of them are clickbait. They're genuine and honest as to what type of energy sessions and leveling up we're doing in them. All right, friend, this is my vote for you, saying I love you. Bye.